We good money. Yo. It's your man Midwest Leon. As you can see, man, I got the B-boy stance. Just left the gym not too long ago. Man, this is what I named it to do. I love to live my life in God's solitude and also in tranquility. This is a place that I can come out to, which is nature, that I can recharge my battery to keep persevering throughout the day. I'm not going to digress too much in this video, but I want to take the time out to say to the people that's coming across this video, thank you. You could be anywhere in this world, but instead you decided to come out to check out my content, see what I'm talking about. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you and that I love you. Today I want to talk about semen retention, my testimony, what led me to be on semen retention, how God had convicted me, and the benefits that comes with semen retention. I do want to start off by saying I'm not on semen retention because of the benefits. Um, the real reason why I am on semen retention because God had convicted me. Two, um, I want to be married, so I want to save myself for the right person. And three, I just want to have self-control. I want to be able to master that self-control when it comes to lust. So those are the reasons why I'm on semen retention. So let's get started. Year 2021. During that time as a man, I was weak. I wasn't a man of God. Um, I was kind of like borderline, half stepping when it comes to God, just being a man of God. Um, let's just say I was just a man with that was a city with no walls and open doors. Every chance I had got, I masturbated. Every chance I got when it come to fornicating, I did just that. Again, lust had a stronghold in my life. Um, I remember before I used to masturbate, I used to always have like spiritual warfare with myself, where my flesh would be raging war against my spirit, trying to convince my spirit to masturbate. Meanwhile, my spirit is trying to convince my flesh why I shouldn't masturbate. But in reality, during that time, my flesh will always win the battle and I would masturbate. And I knew better. I knew that that was something that I needed to stop. But again, I just didn't have any self control as a man. Um, so every time I would masturbate, man, I would feel real disgusted with myself. Uh, I would feel real low. I just feel real nasty, like I didn't feel right. But at the same time, I just love to get that dopamine of every time I would release. It's just that rush, that adrenaline. I love that feeling. So that was the reason why I was still doing it. Um, every time I would do it though, I used to always ask God for forgiveness, knowing that I would go back into my old vomit, knowing I would do it. Then after a while, I just stopped asking because I knew that I was gonna go back to my old vomit. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. To make a long story short, and it was just that one day. Um, the last time I did it, man, God had convicted me. I mean, it felt like somebody had died in my family. And now that I think about it, that feeling of somebody dying in my family was that feeling of me dying in my flesh. That was the worst feeling I ever had in my life. I remember I was going through a mental breakdown. I remember I had called off from work. I just felt real disgusted that day. I felt off. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that God wasn't pleased with me of what I was doing, and everything had came to a head that day. And just because of the fear that He had put in me, I stopped. I didn't stop cold turkey. Um, it was a challenge. It was very daunting for me to get to that point, but I did take heed to His calling. I heard Him loud and clear, and what led me to be on semi retention was no fap. I was online the same day trying to figure out how to master my mind of self control of lust. I was reading through a lot of comments on the internet. I was also checking out a couple of videos, and I came across something that was called No Fap November, and it was basically teaching men, well, basically challenging men in a month of November not to masturbate. So I decided to join the challenge. I remember the first week was a challenge because again, this is something new for me. I'm so used to doing something like this every day. I just needed that dopamine, but I kept being I was resilient about the situation, and the more I was resilient, I became more persistent, and the more persistent I persevered through it. And week one was hell. It was hell for me, but I mastered it. I did it. Uh, week two came. I did it. Week three came. I did it. It led from no fap to semen retention. And from that day on, man, I just started feeling good about myself, man. I realized, like I started experiencing some of the benefits that everybody regurgitate when they talk about no fap, for it's like looking people in the eye, start building that self-confidence, start knowing who I am, um, transferring my sexual energy to other things, trying to apply myself to become a better man, just a man of God in this society. So it just, again, like my whole mind just changed, man. It wasn't always about women no more. It wasn't always about sex. It was just basically about me trying to get better each and every day. So that was the benefits that I had experienced. I also noticed too, like with my beard, I used to have like you know, real. My beard was like kind of patchy, um, kind of thin. Like I noticed that my beard, like my hair, it became real coarse, more thicker. Um, I remember. I also had experienced like my voice got a little bit more deeper. Again, it's not like no magic, like something like magical happens, but I do realize with your semen, that's all your vitamins. I realize with your semen, um, that holds power as a man. The more you release, I realize with my experience, I became lackadaisical and lethargic. I used to always be tired. Now that I don't release, I have so much energy. Like it's unbelievable, man. So I just, I thank God sometimes every day, man, just for Him convicting me, to put that fear in me not to do it again. And I just want to tell brothers out there, it doesn't matter if you black, white, Mexican. I don't care about the nationalities, the race, none of that. We all brothers at the end of the day, how I look at it. And I just want to say, those that are struggling when it comes to masturbating, man, if I can do it, man, you can do it. Straight up, no excuses. It's something, we all want to make the time what we want to make time for. And I encourage brothers to make the time to become a better man. Stop fornicating, stop masturbating, do all that when you married, because the benefits of doing all that um, when you're married is not only pleasing God, but man, you pleasing your wife. You don't want to be in a situation someday where you constantly masturbating to the point where now it becomes psychological and you can't perform when it's time to perform in real life. And and the reason why I'm saying that, because at one point in time I had experienced that. Um, not anymore. Um, not anymore. So I'm thankful for that. Again, it's just more so about controlling your mind. Um, being on semen retention, again, it comes with a lot of great benefits, but at the same time, don't be on semen retention because of the benefits. Be on semen retention because you want to please God. Be on semen retention because you want to please your wife someday. You want to be able to stand strong in the bedroom someday. You got to please your wife, right? But the most importantly thing is pleasing God, man. That's the main benefit. Everything else is after. It's more so about the internal versus the external. I remember I used to always worry about the external, how I need to be buying all these pair of Jordans, because I really didn't have no self confidence as a man. Now that I'm on semen retention and I've been on it long enough that I don't even have to count the days, the months, or the years anymore. I'm just on it. Um, I'm more I'm all about the internal versus the external. I don't care about the external, because the external is not going to lead me to nowhere if my internal is not right. So that's another benefit. You're gonna be challenging yourself to get better each and every day being on semen retention, because again, your mind is not focusing on lusting and busting for love, and and being a whoremonger and all this other crap, man. You really going to take that time to work on yourself, become the best man you can become in this society, and that's it, man. And once you feel that, man, women, men, everybody gonna feel that energy. Why? Because you're going to be peculiar. You're gonna be set apart. You're not gonna be like every other man that's gonna be busting for love and fornicating and masturbating and allowing lust to take control of your life. You're gonna become very rare out here, and that's a good thing, man. So I just want to say, to close it out, that's the real reason why I I just want to confide that my testimony being on semen retention, the benefits that I had experienced, and also why God had convicted me. So with that being said, I'm not gonna digress too much in this video. You guys have a great day, and I'm out.